Hey guys, it's me, and today I'm here with a new video for you guys, and I'm going to point out two things. One, the setup is completely different. We're back in my room. It's been forever since I filmed in here. I don't remember the last time I filmed a video in here. It's been a long time since I filmed a video in here. Two, if I'm talking quietly, it's because it's late at night. It's nearly 10:30. I think my dad's getting ready to go to bed too, so yeah. And three, if I'm looking a little bit strange, it's because I have my nighttime setup going on right now. I have my daylight bulb and a lamp right now, and I'm trying not to stare directly at the bulb because it is really fucking bright, as you can tell. So yeah, I would have this guy over it, but it blocks out way too much of the light. Anyway, so today I am doing the first half of my Q&A video. If you follow me on Tumblr, Instagram, and I think I also mentioned it on Snapchat as well, I am doing my Q&A video in two parts because the first time that I filmed it, I answered every single question that I received, but I had so many questions that I think the entire amount of footage that I recorded was, I think, like almost an hour and a half worth of footage. So I'm just going to do half of it today, and then I'm going to do the next half. I'm probably going to film it later on this week, but it's not going to go up till sometime next month. So yeah, that way I'm not like bombarding you guys with like Q&A videos. I'm going to be answering questions from Instagram and Snapchat, pretty much like all my phone related apps. So yeah, and the next part of the Q&A is going to include Tumblr, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm going to start out with questions from Snapchat, and this first one is from Alex, and she actually sent me two separate questions. The first question she asked, which was the first question that she sent me, which was quite some time ago, which was a few weeks ago, and she asked, would you shave your head for $1 million? Absolutely not. I am way too attached to my hair to do that. I mean, I am starting to sort of let go of my strong attachment to my hair because, like, I mean, like, obviously I shaved the side here, and I shaved that side right there. And I recently started thinking about like shaving the rest of my sides. I just started thinking about it today though. So I probably won't do it anytime soon. Especially because it would mean that I would have to give up like this streak right here, and I really like having this streak. Oh, and by the way, if you hear like any like weird noises like that, it's because I'm sitting on my bed. And the second question she asked is, what was it like being drunk for the first time? Okay, so for those of you who don't follow me on Snapchat, don't know about this, but yeah, I got drunk for the first time a little over a week ago, and it was completely unintentional. It was like completely spur of the moment. So yeah. But and yes, I was drinking underage, but there was adult supervision, so don't worry about it. And then too, like, what person hasn't, what American hasn't like had a drink underage? What happened was that I was at my aunt and uncle's because we wanted to go pick up my car, and because like I think I mentioned this in my previous Get Ready With Me video, but my uncle like refurbished his cars, and the car that I was going to get, and my car was a car that he refurbished, which I have it now finally. But yeah, we went over to my aunt and uncle's place, and my aunt and my cousin live with them now, and so my dad and my uncle decided to take the car out for a test drive. And while they were out, me, my two aunts, and my cousin, four of us were just like hanging out, and then I can't remember if it was my cousin or if it was my aunt, but one of them brought up, like, hey, do you want to have mimosas? Let's have mimosas. And so we had mimosas. Just so you guys know, the glasses were a lot larger than this right here. Okay. And this is a pretty large glass. Like half of it was champagne and half of it was orange juice. And I had nearly 2 glasses. So yeah, I had all of mine. And then I drunk half of my cousins and I drunk half of my aunt's because neither of them, like one of my aunt, she didn't want the rest of hers, and so she handed it to me thinking that I was just going to hold on to it, but I started drinking it. And then my cousin, she gave me hers so I could have sips of it and everything, and this was before my aunt gave me hers. And my cousin, she gave me hers just so I could take a sip of it, and I drank the rest of it. Yeah, because they were really, really good, but after, like, the one that I had, I was tipsy, but after I finished both of theirs, I was drunk. My aunt was like, oh my god, Patrick's drunk. What's your dad gonna think? And I kid you not, I said, shh, he doesn't have to know. Surprisingly, I remember everything that happened. I didn't get, like, shit-faced or anything. I just pretty much got, like, I got drunk, but I didn't get severely drunk or, like, drunk to the point where I was sick. And surprisingly, the next morning I had to go to the DMV to renew my learner's permit. But thank God I didn't have a hangover. That was the thing that I was worried about. But after I had, like, the 2 mimosas, I had 2 glasses of water, so yeah. But damn, those mimosas were good. I want more. They were so good. But I did have a killer headache the next day though. Like all of that next day I had a killer headache. So I guess you could say I had a hangover, but I didn't look like I had a hangover. Which is what I'm really happy about. Okay, so now to move on to the questions that I got from Instagram. And I'm not going to go in any particular order because I've been asking questions from this Q&A since like February or maybe January. I don't know when I've started asking for questions. So yeah, but this first Instagram question that I got is from In the Shadow of the Horns, and they have 3 questions. And this first one is, did you ever have to deal with bullying? Yeah, I did, obviously. It was mainly throughout high school. It wasn't too bad now that I think about it, but for someone who has like had low self-esteem, it hurt pretty bad. It was pretty intense. But my freshman and sophomore year, especially my sophomore year, those years were the hardest for me because that was when my self-esteem was like the lowest. So yeah, and I just now noticed that my camera is focusing on the face on that picture. I just now noticed that. Okay. Like, assumed things and everything about me, and like a lot of rumors went around about me and everything. Like, people, they would just like poke fun, like, your hair is too long for being a boy. No, you need to cut your hair. Your hair is way too long. And back then, my hair was nowhere near as long as this. I think the longest that my hair was in freshman and sophomore year, I think was maybe right down to here. I originally thought were probably nice people, turned out to be like some of the cruelest people ever. And so it was pretty hard. It was pretty hard. I don't really remember much of what was said. At one point though, like, I truly wanted to change schools because I was just sick of it. But I decided to stay because I finally started to stand up for myself and my self-confidence started to shoot through the roof. And it was actually because of the bullying. I haven't talked about this in a very long time, but it's been about 2 years since I've talked about this in a video. But so for those of you who've been here for a long time know about this, but it was actually in sophomore year when things were going like really, really tough for me. When things were really tough for me, like having to deal with bullying and everything. It was actually then when I like when that period began where I hated and despised men, because it was always guys who like gave me shit, and a whole bunch of other reasons to go along with that as well that I don't want to talk about. And that lasted for a couple of years. I think it lasted for maybe 3.5 years, and luckily now like I have higher self-esteem. I don't let it bother me. I mean, yeah, I do have anxiety and social anxiety, and so it's just like, what are people thinking about me? But at the same time, it's just like, I don't give a fuck what people think. Like, there are 3 different kinds of people in this world. There are the people who are gonna love you, the people who are gonna hate you, and the people who just don't give a fuck. So yeah. So always remember that. 2, do you idolize someone? I used to idolize people a lot when I was younger. I take influences from people more so now than idolize them. But when I was younger, like people that I idolize people like, who are the people that I idolize? Elise Whiteglass, who that picture that my camera is focusing on is a picture of that I did of her. Narrowbellum, Jeffree Star, Simone Simons, Anna, Danny Field. I know that's a little bit cheesy to say, but Danny Field was like one of my very like earliest like people that I looked up to when I was younger. And I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for saying this, but I still follow this kid on Instagram. And I followed him on Tumblr too, but he hasn't updated his Tumblr in forever. But that is Javon Monroe. I used to be really, really into Blood on the Dance Floor when I was younger. And but Javon Monroe, like, he was a really big influence on me. And I know that's kind of like some of you are probably like screaming and like puking at the screen right now. I mean, I do regret listening to Blood on the Dance Floor. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm not gonna get into that. That's another video that I'm gonna be doing right there. But I can't deny the fact that like he influenced me, and like a lot of the things that I like today are because of like the influence that he had on me back then. So I can't just like say like his existence means like it meant nothing and it still means nothing, when in reality it to some degree it shaped me into the person that I am today. But now it's like I just like take influences from people, and I don't really idolize people, but I don't want to necessarily say I look up to them. It's just that I think highly of them. Some of those same people that I just mentioned, but there are just so many people that I just like look up to and I think highly of nowadays, but that I just can't like list them all because there are just so many of them. 3, are there any makeup faux pas for you? What the fuck does that mean? So pretty much it means like any makeup fuck-ups. Oh yeah. Just check out like some of my very first makeup looks. No. I mean, I was pretty good back then, but I had shitty products and I was very, very new to makeup. Like, I used way too much stuff and I used really cheap products, and no, never again. The products that I use now are good quality, and I also have like good tools, and I have a lot better skills now than I did back then, so yeah. I mean, some people say that like the makeup looks that I put together back then were pretty good, and I mean some of them, yeah, they were pretty good, but at the same time it's just like no. And lastly, 4, have you ever been to Europe? No, I have not been to Europe, but it is my dream to go there. Top 5 countries that I want to go to in Europe, because there are so many countries that I want to go to, but I'm going to limit it to 5. I'm going to limit it. Wow, I cannot speak right now. I'm going to limit it to 5. Ireland, England, Germany, Belgium, and the Netherlands. More specifically, Holland. Oh, I want to go so badly. If any of you guys are from Holland, let me know in the comments below and tell me some like things to look forward to with like going to Holland. Oh, and also I really want to try your candy. So if any of you are from Holland and you're okay with like sending me stuff, and or like you can afford to send me some Dutch candy, like message me, because I really want to try some Dutch candies and snacks and whatnot. So yeah, that'd be really, really fun. Actually, that goes for any of you who live overseas. Like, if you want to send me candy or snacks, just like, and you can afford to ship it out here, message me. Next up is from X Gothic Nini X. If you could have dinner with anyone dead or alive, who would it be? I would probably have dinner with Betty White. I love Betty White. Like, Betty White and Simone Simon, those are the two people that I would love to have dinner with. And for those of you who don't know, Simone Simon is the lead singer of Africa, whom is the lead singer of my favorite band of all time. You already know this. Arachnadeer asks, what are 3 things that you are most passionate about in life? Ooh, beauty, fashion, and music. Kitten the Rotten asks, what are your least favorite makeup products? Whew. I don't have any least favorite makeup products anymore, actually. I threw them all out. And they were Maybelline eyeshadows. Oh my god. Them fuckers are terrible. Maybelline eyeshadows suck. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but they irritate my eyes so badly. They make my eyes itch so badly. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because they're not cruelty free. Who knows? I'm really, really not into brow pencils, because I have tried out like different testers and like Ulta and well, yeah, it's only been Ulta that I've tested them out. No, I tested them out in a Sephora once too, but they're just so dry. They're so dry and they just drag on the skin. Like when I swatched them on like the back of my hand, they just dragged on my skin, and it's just like, they felt so uncomfortable. I don't know if it was just like the tester is being dried out or what, but brow pencils, no. Alright, next question is from Ellie Meta XA, and they ask, do you feel more feminine than masculine? No, I feel like I'm right in the middle, because I express myself both masculinely and femininely, and I think that's like equal parts. I've noticed that I'm starting to become a little bit more on the masculine side. I know that's kind of hard to believe, but I've noticed that I'm starting to experiment with more masculine looks lately, and particularly like with my facial hair. Like, I don't like having a clean shaven face anymore, so there's that. And then also I'm like really liking not having my bangs all up in my face anymore, so yeah, there's that. And then with having like both my sides shaved and like having my hair pulled back into a ponytail, and I recently discovered the epicness of man buns recently, so yeah. And also, if you see me on like a regular day, I look pretty butch. It's like I'm just wearing some jeans and a nice comfy shirt. It really all just depends on how I'm feeling that day. Some days I feel like expressing myself more femininely, and other days I feel like expressing myself more masculinely. And I've noticed recently I'm leaning more towards masculinity than I have done so in the past. So yeah, I'm right there in the middle. It's called androgyny, honey. Pistol Whipped asks, why are you so perfect? Genetics, filters, and makeup. And skills with like hair and other beauty stuff. Nana Kawaii Death Doll asks, what beauty product can you not live without? Ooh. Probably eyeshadows, because eyeshadows are the most versatile. Because you can turn eyeshadows into lip colors by putting on some like chapstick and then putting the eyeshadow over your lips. And then like, and also you guys know me, I love my bold eye looks. So, yeah. So, yeah, eyeshadows, most definitely. Mika Mama 4 asks, if you could live anywhere, would you choose and why? Okay, so I currently live in Metro Atlanta, which is in Georgia, here in the US, and I would love to live either in Holland or California. And I don't know what part of California I want to live in. Part of me wants to live in Hollywood. Somewhere in Hollywood. I can't remember what side of Hollywood I'm wanting to live on. I know I don't want to live in downtown LA. I know that for sure. I don't want to live in LA, period. Yeah, I would love to live in California. I really just want to live somewhere where they have like a stable climate, because Georgia's climate is way too bipolar. Because it just fluctuates, especially in the colder times during the year. God. I can't stand Georgia during the colder times of the year. During the warmer times of the year, like spring and summer, it's perfectly fine. But fall and winter, it's absolute hell. And I hate the cold, so I think living in a place that's pretty warm year-round is probably going to work best for me. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna wind up moving to California sometime in the future. CC_baby_XX, which her new, I was gonna say URL. No, her new username is Prawn Queen, I believe. I'll have it linked on the screen. But she asks, would you rather wake up naked to the Burger King telling you that you had it your way, or next to Ronald McDonald telling you that you were loving it? I would go with the Burger King, just simply because, one, I like Burger King more than McDonald's. Two, I know for a fact that Burger King supports marriage equality because of the Proud Burger. And three, they have one of those like kiosk things where it's like you get to like pick like those like juice soda things and it all in one machine, and they have strawberry high C in it, and oh my god, it is so cool. Alright, I got another question from Nana Kawaii Death Doll. She asks, how do you deal with negativity from other people, like haters, naysayers, and people who don't like black? One, I just don't let it get to me. I've dealt with this for 7 years now, because that's when I started like dressing alternatively, was 7 years ago. And I've been dealing with it for 7 years, and it's just like, this is just who I am, take it or leave it. Yeah, I'm not gonna change to make you happy. This is my life, I'm living it for me. And just because you don't like me, it ain't gonna change anything. Next up is from Baby Doll Noir, and she asks the age-old question. If you were stranded on a desert island for a whole year, what 3 things would you take with you? Food, water, and a satellite phone so I can call for help. I ain't no dumb white bitch in a horror movie. I know my way around things. Next one is from Amy_Kleinkorkamp. I don't believe that's how you pronounce it, but I probably butchered it anyways. And she asks, are you a fan of body modification? Do you have any body modification plans for the future? Love your videos, by the way. Thank you. Yes, I do love body modifications, and I do have many body modification plans for the future. Currently, I only have one, and that is my labret. But I do plan on getting more piercings in the future. I'm hoping by the end of this year I'll have at least 6 new piercings. And the 6 piercings that I'm going to have by the end of this year are both my lobes. I want to get those done. Both my nips, I really want to get those done. My Medusa and my tongue. So yeah, those are the 6 piercings that I'm hoping to get by the end of this year. And I'm hoping to get my first tattoo possibly at the beginning of 2016. And I'm debating on which one I want to get first, because there are 2 tattoos that I really want to get, but I don't know which one I want to get first. One of them is going to go on my forearm here, and I'm going to cover up my whole entire forearm, and it is going to be bioluminescent jellyfish. And I know that seems a little bit odd, but I really love bioluminescent jellyfish. I think that they're absolutely beautiful and pretty, majestic creatures, and add the bioluminescence to them and it makes them even more beautiful and majestic. And yeah, like I want to get like the jellyfish and also like the dark water and like the luminescence and everything on my forearm. So yeah, and like this part of my arm is going to be like sea life, because I also want to get a humpback whale right here. I don't know what exactly it's going to be just yet, because I recently started throwing that idea around. But yeah, I want to get a humpback whale here because I fucking love humpback whales. They're my second favorite sea creatures. Like bioluminescent jellyfish being the first. But the second tattoo that I'm debating on being my first is going to be a chest piece that's going to start from the center of my rib cage. It's going to like go all the way down to like, I guess you could say like my pelvis. So right around like just slightly below the belt. It's going to be a black work piece, and it's going to be a pine tree, and up here is going to be a tree, and right above, a little ways above my belly button, it's going to have the roots, and the roots are going to spread downwards like to like right below the belt area. So yeah, or like the pelvis, I think is what the area is properly called. So yeah, those are the 2 tattoos that I'm thinking about possibly being my first tattoos. I don't know which one I'm going to get first though, because who knows. But there's so many other tattoos that I have in mind. I have, besides those 2, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So yeah, I have 14 other tattoo ideas in mind. So yeah. And piercing wise, there are other piercings that I want to get besides the 6 that I just mentioned. Like I've been tossing the idea of getting my bridge done for years. I might get it done, I might not. In this ear, I just want them done in this ear, but I really want a regular helix, an upward helix, and a forward helix. And then I also really want my belly button done. I know this might be a little bit TMI, but I also really want 3 genital piercings. I'm not gonna say like where they're at. I'm gonna have to look them up on your own. But the ones that I want are a pubic, Cleopatra, and Guiche. Look them up at your own risk. The reasons why I want them is just simply for the fact that I like how they look. I don't want them for like any sexual purpose whatsoever. I just like how they look. I blame Tumblr and the rest of the internet for making me want them, okay? Okay. Your question from Nanakwai Death Doll, and this one is, how do you take care of your hair and like keeping it and looking so nice when it's dyed? Also, where do you like shopping best? The things that I do to like help keep my hair looking nice, like all the things that I've put it through. One is keeping heat styling to a minimal. I only like straighten my hair but maybe once or twice a month. And yeah, and whenever I do straighten my hair, I always make sure to recycle it for a couple of days. I usually recycle it for at least 3 days. So like on the 3rd day is when I wash it. So yeah. Also using shampoos that are low in sulfates really helps out. And like hydrating and moisturizing conditioners are really, really nice as well. Also using shampoos that are like really nice for the scalp are really good to use as well, because like healthy scalp leads to healthy hair growth. So yeah. Also getting like regular like haircuts, like trims and everything really helps as well, as it gets rid of like any split ends, and also really helps to like prevent breakage. If you already have pre-lightened hair, do not bleach over it again. If you need to like put like a lightener on pre-lightened hair, do a bleach bath. I have a tutorial on it. I'll try to remember to link it down below. But yeah, but only do that if like you have like a stain in your hair. If it's like a lot of color still left in your hair, don't do it. Just let the color fade out for a little bit, and like once it gets light enough, kind of like how mine is right now. I know you can't really tell right now, but when it's kind of like dingy and like stained, then yeah, you can go in with a bleach bath then. But yeah, and also like using like good quality items. Don't use like box dyes or things you can find at like the drugstore. Get good quality stuff. So don't wash your hair every day. I go through periods where I do wash my hair every day, and then I go through periods where I wash my hair every other day. So it just all depends on like what's going on for me. So yeah. And then when it comes to like touching like my roots, I touch up my roots about every like 3 to 4 months. So yeah. I mean, no matter what you do to your hair, like if you're going to be styling your hair, there's no way you're getting around it. You're going to damage it. So yeah, so always take necessary precautions. Oh, another thing with straightening your hair and like heat styling, no matter what you're doing, even if you're using a blow dryer, put in some heat protectant. Like, it helps your hair so much. I didn't use a heat protectant today. That's why my hair is kind of wavy right here. It's because I didn't use heat protectant today, and that's because like I'm going to be working with my hair tomorrow, and I don't need to have like any chemicals in my hair, because I do not want to take the risk on my hair reacting negatively to like the chemicals that I put into my hair. So better safe than sorry. I didn't use heat protectant. So yeah. Now for my favorite places to shop. Online, I really love shopping on Amazon. That's where I probably do most of my shopping, is on Amazon. But in store, I really love shopping at Ulta, and I really love shopping at Ulta and Sally's, Kohl's, Walmart. Hot Topic, from what I remember, it's fun shopping there. Same goes for Spencer. Oh, and Route 21. Let's see. Pistol Whipped asked another question, and she asked, why are you so fucking beautiful? Like, hairstyling, hair color, beauty products, genetics, pretty much what I said earlier. So yeah, that was the last question that I have for this part of the Q&A video. It still is kind of long, but no biggie. Once I edit it, it probably won't be nowhere near as long as it's saying right now on the thing, because it says that it's 1 hour and 7 minutes long. But whatever, by the time I edit it, it's not going to be this long. So it's probably still going to be long, but not this long. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun answering your questions. Like I said earlier in this video, I will be filming the second half of this probably later on this week or possibly next week. But that part of this Q&A, that part will not be going up until next month. So yeah. So it's going to be a while before you guys get like the rest of my answers, but for now you just gotta deal with what you got here today. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit that like button, because it'll help me out a lot. All my links are down in the description box below, which are links to my Facebook fan page, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, my Snapchat, my 2 other channels. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this, and until I see you guys in my next video, whenever that may be, good night and goodbye. That's a pretty picture of Cher. I'm looking through my screenshots and I found this picture of Cher. Because she was my woman crush Wednesday one week. Okay. Are we going for 3? No, because I don't usually do 3. I usually only do 2. And everyone knows if you do 3, then you are a demon and you are possessed. Oh, that's a butt. I thought those were boobs. I'm sorry. Like, I was checking my Instagram notifications.